I got one new bearing in here, but unfortunately American Crane sent me this complete assembly with the trunnion in it, but they shipped two of these bearings which don't have threaded holes, and you need threaded holes. And then they didn't have another complete one, so I ordered the trunnion off somebody on eBay. It'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Thursday. So I called American Crane and they said, yeah, we got one in Tennessee. And I'm like, nah, let me call my cat dealer, see if they got one. So there's one in the Spokane warehouse, and it'll be here tomorrow morning, the threaded one that I need. And then also tomorrow the trunnion that goes in there will be here. So I'm done working on the cat for today. I guess I can get some grease in the adjusters and adjust the tracks up snug as a bug. Well, not that tight. Oh, you're gonna be proud of me. I ordered the new seat cushions. Those will also be here tomorrow. Actually, they're supposed to be here today. So when they show up, I can put new seat cushions in. That was getting horrible. Anyway, so I need to start cleaning up all my scrap iron. Go over here and get all my junk cleaned up and see if I can get those tracks rolled up, balled up, something, and get them out of the way, clean up my mess. Take all these old parts that are left, put them on a pallet. That bucket's full, that's scrap iron. That tub's got, I'd say that's all scrap iron. I had a viewer ask this question, good question. He wanted to know how all this pivots back here. So you remember when I had this apart, this is called the outboard bearing support, and there's two great big Timken bearings in there. And so that whole track frame moves that bearing support. It also has the duocone seals to seal the oil, because again, this has a pump and it pumps oil through the dead axle into here and pushes it through those bearings. So the outside of a D9 is wet. That's why you have seals inboard and outboard of the sprocket. And then those are the diagonal braces, and that's the one over there I had line board. So those pins right there are dead center with the dead axle that the whole final drive turns on. So that diagonal brace and this are all on the same plane. So as the track frame goes up and down, it pivots on that. And then up front, this is called the hard bar, and that's what allows the tracks one to go up and down like that and pivot. So I hope that answered your question. All right, so I got a tube of cheap red and sticky grease. It was liquid wrench stuff they sent me years ago. No sense putting that high dollar moly grease in there. So I think I may have this side tight enough. We'll run it back and forth and see. Because sometimes when you grease them, when they're that loose, it starts compressing the recoil spring. So then when you move it, they really tighten up. The other side I ran out of grease. I'll probably have to get another tube. This side don't need much, the other side needs quite a bit. So go up in here to the Jpaydirt filter and grease storage facility and pull out another tube of extreme pressure grease, red and sticky. So it never ceases to amaze me. There's always a few people that think old Jeff's dumber than a bag of hammers with a few doorknobs thrown in. Put that video showing the tracks on. Some gentleman on Facebook said I had one side on right and the other side on backwards. Dude, they're both on the correct way. That's the way tracks go on. I am not completely stupid. I've been doing this for a while. I think I know how to put tracks on the tractor. By golly. So this is the fun part in my Jpaydirt intro. You've seen that. Taking this drain plug out. Woo-wee, is that fun. I go to get a bath of oil here. If I can get it loose. Woo, that's tight. Not like tigers. Oh, did we come loose? Hope so. Did it come loose? Yep. Okay, so I know I'm gonna get burnt. So shake hands with danger.
Despite constant warnings about hot oil and pressure systems, some optimist always thinks he can get his hand away in time.
Oh, God. Now maybe. This oil's gonna be so clean, you'll be able to reuse it. Okay, where's the damn gasket?
Shake hands with danger. Shake hands with danger.
Ow, that's hot. I don't know if the gasket's on there or not. I can't tell. Yep, gasket's on there. Operation. Now don't run over. It's only supposed to be 10 gallons. Oh, we're gonna splash now. All right, so I'll start jugging up some oil, and if you just let them cool down, all that aerated oil, the air comes out of your filter, so when you unscrew it, you don't have a mess. Anyway, go find something else to do for a while. Okay, I put a new seat in the cap, bottom and top. One last thing to do before we put it in. Oh, wafting. Oh, yes. Can you smell it now? Oh, yeah. I think we better. I think this is the place for this to go. Right there. Oh, good. Oh. All right. We are ready. I'm gonna go. Garbage is full. We're ready to put our last bearing in the old Niner. This baby right here. So what do I need? I need anti-seize. Right here. So I can turn myself silver. You know, you buy these and they're not even full. They're like right to there. They make you think you're getting a lot of anti-seize. 16 ounces. 16 ounces of anise isn't that can clear full. It's a little over half is all. Alright, so that's where this goes. I'm gonna have to get some shims. That way when a guy gets ready to change these again, they'll come out easier. I don't know, maybe it's a good thing they rust in. That way they can't waller and walk around in the hole, maybe. I don't know. I hate this stuff, yet it's good stuff. But it turns you like the Tin Man. Oh, you know what? I don't have the ball yet. It says the ball's out for delivery. So until they deliver me balls, this ain't going in. Yeah, the hole's even gonna line up? Yeah, eventually, I think so. Alright, well, we're not doing nothing until we get our balls. Serious issue. So I'm hoping that I can adjust that in, get those arms to come in. I had to unscrew this end. It's pretty tough getting it out. I kept spraying it with some blaster. Finally got it out, wire wheeled the threads, then went inside, wire wheeled the threads, anesthetized everything up, tried to screw it in, and then it wouldn't go. So I had to take it out, take the steam cleaner, blow all the dirt rust that I could with the steam cleaner. Then I had to get an extension on the drill and put a wire wheel on it and go in there and try to clean the rest of the threads up. Then put it back in, push it over in the middle, take a big ass bar and crank that sucker all the way in, then back out, then reapply it with the Tin Man paste. And the problem is I was 10 inches too wide, 10 inches on the end of those arms. So screwing that in about 2.5, 3 inches made 10 inches of difference on the end of the push arm. So it's pretty close to being lined up. I think there might be enough slop in the pins. Once I get everything hooked up, I'll raise it up. And if it won't go in, then I just have to swing that out and turn the adjuster on the end till the pin will go in. Nothing major, piece of cake, huh? Somebody asked me if I was going to paint this, and I said, we ain't got time for that crap.
Got no time for that crap! You son of a bitch!
Yeah, blowing dock.
Stacking my slick.
But I had my grandson come out, gave him a can of paint, told him to spray this head because I'd wire wheeled it. Had been to the machine shop. He painted that, painted the whole thing, painted the other side. I should have gave him a case of paint, let him paint the whole thing. You know, I could have painted this probably pretty easy, but it wouldn't have stuck. As rusty as it is. It's been, my gosh, it's been over 26 years since I completely went through this. I mean, I had the motor out, I had the tranny out, the whole top stripped off, hard nose radiator. I pretty much went through everything, and it's still running. So, just goes to show you fix this old stuff, and it'll just keep going and going. The only problem I'm having now is getting the original quality OEM parts that it was built with. Jake and I were looking at this the other night. See how it's taking all the paint off there? And you got a huge gap under here. This thing, when I got it, this whole thing had been torn off. And you can see where they took a torch and made a new piece here, and then they welded it onto the track frame. So I took it off, fixed the holes, and replaced the rectangle bar, put it back on, but it's obviously not straight. I'm getting tired. I'm real tired of this. I just can't wait to get it out of here and on the trailer. That was fun. It's always fun, isn't it? I got her under there. So now I got to readjust how I loaded on. Before, I used to look at this crack in the lumber and put the pads even with it. But now they got 27-inch pads. You got to be over the line. Son of a gun. I'd like to go run it across the scale, see what she weighs. I got to go up to Rexburg next week, and I'll probably do that. Run it across the scale. So with the wore out undercarriage and the straight dozer, it was 104,000. So I'm sure the U-dozer is going to add some, and the new undercarriage is going to add quite a bit. So we'll see what it weighs. old keel dozer's dirty, muddy, got the grousers full of junk. I gotta put this on the low boy and haul it about 60 miles to the north next week. So I came over here and tested her out. Sure nice to have a tight dozer. I love the U-dozer. I'm able to carry the rock without it spilling all over. Works really well. So that's the rock pile over there that I pushed up for Matt. Let me clean the lens off here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it over there. Anyway, I was dozing along and I just had this thought. I thought I didn't put a pin in this vertical yoke right there, and sure enough I got out and the pin was flush with that one plate over there, so I had to go home and get a cotter pin and put in it. But other than that, boy, it sure rides nice. No more of that clanking and banging where those rollers were hitting the pin bosses. Just rides smooth as can be. Anyway, well, I'll tell you what, 27 extreme service grousers makes her grunt. It'll push and push good. I tell you what, it really feels good to be done with this and to know that everything works. I've got no issues. That funnel drive over there is tight. It's not leaking. So apparently I got the duocone seals in right. Anyway, it's awesome to be done with this. You just can't imagine how great that is. I mean, I worked on this and worked on this from daylight to dark some days, and it was miserable, hot. Anyway, I had very little help. Very little. I appreciate what I got, but most of that I did myself. Look what I can do. So Jeff wins again.
It's all right.